Alrighty. Welcome to the husband,
The wife.
the issues, and today is a great day for a great episode. As soon as my wife get hers going, we'll
Well,
be
it's
ready.
going.
It's
It's going.
it is Saturday, February the 5th
Walaikum salam.
of the year 2016. I am Brother RTM, and you can follow me on Twitter at Muslims Love Jesus. And this is my lovely wife.
I'm Sister Akila, and you can follow me on any of my social media at Axiom Mary Posa.
Yes, and I let her get into the house rules.
So we have the same rules every time. Basically, what we say is we keep it positive and we keep it interesting.
Keep it interesting, keep it positive, keep it interesting, and
keep it real.
We want to keep it real out of everything. So today you can also visit our website, thehusbandthewife.com. Sign up to our newsletter. We gotta do a better job. We're sending out, a black business cool fact or what's just going on with us. We are doing season 2, so we have started season 2. Thank you all for the subscribers. Thank you all
115?
No, 16. I think 116. So thank you all. Go to our YouTube channel, The Husband and Wife. Like us, subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Share. What better way to give a gift than to share?
And shout out to those who are already sharing and giving hearts. We definitely appreciate that.
Since they're free, definitely want to recommend pressing those buttons, those little hearts, tapping that screen, and keeping it going. So today's topic is love languages at the request of a viewer, a listener. So we definitely thank you all. Definitely, yes. No more. Yeah, I was trying to grow it out and do something for Savior's Day, but I'm going to cut it and keep it cut. So today's topic, as a suggestion, this was recommended to us by a sister. I'm not gonna give her name out. She may not want, she may want to keep it low key, but it's about love language. Now, let my wife talk a little bit about love languages and how it affects us, and maybe how you can
how you can benefit from understanding the love language.
So what's the love language, Akila? What's the love language? Because what is it? Is it I love you? Is it a kiss to the cheek? What's the love language? Like what's really good?
So the love languages, we both RTM and I read a book by Gary Chapman, and he is a relationship specialist or person that you can go see about relationships and marriage. And he basically broke down your romantic relationships into 5 basic love languages. So the love languages are words of affirmation, saying something nice; touch, which is physical touch; acts of service; quality time; and gifts. So those are the love languages.
Now, why is this important? Because I'm not gonna lie, prior to knowing this, I've heard a book. We read it. Actually, me and my wife, when we was courting, we read this together.
Yeah.
So why is it like significance? Like, what is it about the love language? Like, what is it? Like why is it something that we should share with the viewers? Because I think if I didn't read this book, I don't know where I would be, because lots of times I use my wife's love language against her to trap her. So that is a tip for the brothers. Yes, that's a tip. I use my wife's love language to trap her.
Well, okay. So that's true as well. You can use the love languages to get what you want from the other person, which can be negative, but it can also be very positive as well. So yeah. One of our followers, Brother Hannibal, is saying, great job. See, exactly. But the way that Gary Chapman describes it in the book is he talks about how when people fall in love and they have that infatuation stage, we unintentionally get that because we're catering to the person's love language. But once you get married or once you get into a relationship, you kind of don't do the things that you used to do that kept the person. So he's trying to teach people how to keep that love, that spark, that kindle that you had when you first met the person way for years and years and years to come, and not just for that moment. Because once you get married, things get real, and you might not feel like, oh, let me give this act of service, let me do these dishes, or let me do this, because it makes the other person feel good. You're like, look, we live together, you know what it is already.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think also with knowing our love language, it also helps me. It saves me too, because I don't know what is it that how when you first meet a person, they just look so great and you do everything. Why does that drop off? Because I'm not gonna lie, I've even noticed with myself. Now, me and my wife got committed to doing date nights. One of my goals for the year is to make sure I have date night for my wife, because you can get so caught up in your routine that you forget about the things that brought you together. Having fun with your best friend. Why do you feel like people fall off? Have you fallen off with me?
Well, here's the thing. My husband's excuse me. My husband's love language is words. So, we were in a long distance courtship. So I remember he used to send me these really nice, like good morning texts that were just, he give me words from the minister, of course. But it was just nice. It's like a great way to start your day. And he does this for his friends and like people he knows. He sends like a Monday text. But for me, I got it every day. So, I didn't realize that his love language was words.
Stopped when you get married.
Yeah, but no, it's okay though, because words is his love language, not mine. Now, see, me, it was nice though. That's one thing the book talks about too, that you need all of the love languages, but there's some that speak more loudly to you. So, because my husband sent me these really nice things all the time, I sent him nice texts too. But it wasn't because I knew that was his love language. It was like, well, he sent me something nice, so let me send him something nice. So when we got married, my husband would say, you don't say nice things to me anymore. And I'd be like, what do you mean?
Oh, yes. I did.
That's what happens. So it wasn't that, because he was giving me words, I gave him words. But I didn't need the words. I shouldn't say need them, but I didn't, I guess, react the same way by words that he does. Like if I say something nice to him, that can make his whole day. But for me, my love language is touch. So if he gives me a kiss and gives me a hug before he leaves, that will make me happy for the rest of the day, and I'll be thinking about, oh, my husband is so great.
Knowledge dart. What is a knowledge dart? A knowledge dart is a situation or a fact or a moment where we enlighten you with the fact that you may not have known. Here's a knowledge dart. Men who kiss their wives before leaving to go to work tend to have a happier day
and a longer life. Than men who don't.
So to my married brothers, if you want to make it a happier day, kiss your wife before you leave each day for work.
Well, yeah, and if you think about it, it makes sense, because in order to kiss someone, you have to have a positive emotion about them. Mm-hmm. You're not just going to kiss somebody that's getting on your nerves and you're like, oh, there it's you again. So in order to if you're making that effort to like have a feeling of love before you leave, think about you projecting that into your day. Like we learn about the law of cause and effect, which is also the law of abundance, or the secret that Rhonda Byrne talks about. But it's just about choosing the way that you want to feel.
Well, yes, you're right. Statistically, women do live longer than men, but I guess as men we can extend our lives a little bit longer.
By being happier.
Positive people tend to live happier lives and live longer lives. So that's what we're doing. Oh, speaking of which, I got a question for everyone. The myth. I want to ask my wife. They say the saying, a happy wife equals happy life. Is that necessarily true?
Well, I heard this on the radio the other day, and the guy was talking about. It's funny because my husband says this to me all the time. Like he wants to do things that make me happy. He doesn't want to, have me upset or anything like that. So I was listening to the radio the other day, and the guy was talking about how, he's like, that's what men do. Like, that's the last thing on your mind. Like, you want to make sure your woman is good. You want to make sure that she's happy.
Here's my thing. Are we making sure women are good because we don't want to hear them nagging? Or are we making sure they're good because we love them and we want to see them happy?
Well, I think in his case, he just didn't want to kind of hear him out. But the other guy who was talking to, they were having a conversation together on the radio. He was saying, yeah, that's what he was saying. He was like, it's both. I don't want to hear you nagging, but I also, I love you. I want you to be happy. That's kind of what men do. Like, they work and build, and you do all of this for your queen.
Okay.
So I think it's both. It's not like, it can be selfish if you think about it one way. Well, I just don't want to hear mouth, so let me just give her what she wants. But it's also really a beautiful thing to try to strive for, to make each other happy. So it doesn't have to be like, oh.
All right. Now back to the topic. Now, love language. This is very interesting. Now, what about those couples who are trying to do it the right way? What I mean by the right way, the way that's been prescribed, that we all live up to our religious tenets and our beliefs, and let's say the courtship period. Now, we did not touch each other during the courtship. I mean, it got so crazy that I set a seat away, a whole table away from my wife. I don't know what I was thinking, but love language. Now, my wife's love language is touch. So, how was it for you? Because now, me, it was words. So I would send text messages, do little things like that to try to help her day, because I know when she sent it back to me how much brighter my day would be. Now, touch. Now, how did you manage to get through the courtship with your love language being touch? Now, what about those out there who are trying to not have the sex before marriage? And touch can definitely lead to much more. So, right, how did you handle it? Was it rough for you?
Yeah, honestly, it was very difficult. I got to a certain point where I was like, I hate this. I was like, I don't even know if he likes me for real. And it wasn't that you didn't say nice things to me or give me things or, do stuff that was nice. It's my love language was touch. So there was a part of the relationship that I just wasn't getting. But the reason, in my mind, what got me through it is that because you take touch out of it, you really see if I like the person, because anyone can give you touch, anyone can give you gifts, anyone can say something nice to you, anyone can have acts of service, and anyone can spend quality time with you. But do you enjoy that quality time? Do they do acts of service that make sense for your life? Do they say things that are encouraging for your hopes and dreams? If the person touches you, are they just trying to get over on you and have sex with you, or are they touching you because they want to embrace you and give you a hug? And see, that's the thing too. For me, a lot of people think that touch is just sex. It's not. Physical touch is sitting close to somebody. It's giving them a hug. It's holding their hand when you're walking down the street. So it's I really understand that and a lot of women who are touched too get messed up in relationships too, because they're touched, some guy is hugging on them and kissing them, so they think, oh, he must love me, and then they have sex with them, and then all of a sudden this man is gone. But he didn't love them at all. He was just, well, you can see that her love language was touch. So, or, and, he got what he wanted and he left. So it's really beneficial, even though it's difficult for someone whose primary love language is touch, it's very beneficial to actually do things the way that it has been prescribed for us in the courtship process.
Now, one of the ways that I did, some of the things that I did to get around that, besides, obviously I could not touch my wife like that. My court mate at the time, I would do some activities where it involved us being kind of close to each other. Just being in a proximity that was close. Like, for instance, we did a horseback ride. Like with the guy. No, it wasn't a horse. It was a guy on the bike. The guys on the bike, they pull you.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It forced me and my wife. Yeah, that's right. It forced me and my court mate at the time, which is my wife now, to sit next to each other. Like, we were sitting like this. So even doing little things like that, which was still in the laws and what we were trying to observe by, but it still allowed me to, kind of feel her taint. Now, what is feel your taint?
Oh, yes. So, the way that we stopped using that language, that's funny.
Yeah.
The way that he describes it in the book is that people have like a love tank. Like, just imagine a tank that would be filled with water. Now, only this time would be filled with love. So what happens is when you do something that reaches that person's language, the amount of love in the tank goes up and up and up. But if you do things against it, like for instance, my love language is touch, If my husband were to push me away like this, even playing, not necessarily like that, but yeah, playing with him pushing me away, that hurt my feelings. Not because I didn't realize he was playing, but because my love language was touch, especially if my tank was low, that would make me, not like him like that. Like,
That's a true story. One time I was in the bedroom and I was just, in a little playful mood, and I decided to push my wife off the bed. And
I was so mad.
She got mad. I was playing, but I forgot that type of action signifies
that you don't like me,
rejection.
You don't want me around.
So when someone was touched, that signifies rejection. Now, how can a person identify the love languages of the person they may have interest in? Because that is really a great way to tap into that person's heart and to actually get their attention. So what are some of the identifiers that people can see that this person's love language is touch, service, words, or quality time or gifts?
Well, if you think about
now, I bet it's pretty high. Like she felt it was a big drop. It was a pretty big. I was answering Brother Hammer's question. Yeah. It's enough that she could have called the police and they probably took me.
It wasn't that deep. But I was mad though. But the different ways you can really identify this person's love language without without like having to take the test, because he has a test in the back of the book, the 5 love languages, is see the kinds of things that you all did for dates and things in the beginning when y'all were like really happy and like, all in love and like, oh my gosh, this guy's so great. That stuff. So like, for instance, if your love language is touch, you see if the person stands close to you or always tries to hold your hand.
That's a big giveaway.
Yeah. Yeah. If as soon as they greet you, they always hug you. Yeah, their love language is touch. For someone who's words of affirmation, if they always greet you and say something nice, they're probably words of affirmation.
Yeah, chances are. Or if they love, if they're sending you like text messages, words of encouragement, or they're writing you like letters and just
someone who likes to write you and say,
hey, wow, you did a wonderful job. And they
send
always
you cards,
complimentary. You can safely say that person's love language is words of affirmation.
Right. Now, if someone is always like, I don't want to talk on the phone, let's hang out together, let's be together, let's do this, let's go out together and bike ride together, or they always want to do stuff with you right there, and they want maybe even just sitting and talking to you, it might be quality time. And then if they get upset when you can't come, it might be quality time. Or like, oh, we made this plan, and you're like, well, I just want to hang out with you. Quality time. And quality time is also kind of quality conversation as well. So those two kind of go hand in hand. So another one is gifts. Now, if the person is always giving you gifts, like for males, if he always comes with flowers, he always comes with chocolates and cards, and he always has something for you, his love language is probably gifts. So ladies, that means that too, that, he probably wouldn't mind if you got him a gift too, because his love language is gift, which is why he's always giving you things. And then acts of service, and this is something that I would say like a lot of Muslims would know. It's acts of service is when the person is always doing something for you. Like for instance, I remember this sister said when she was courting her now husband, she lived in Philly, and what happened was it was cold outside, but she was trying to be cute, so she had this little cute jacket on, but it wasn't a warm one. So what her husband did, her now husband did, she was courting him at the time, he bought her a coat. And all her friends were like, oh my gosh, like that's so lame, he should have bought you this, he should have bought you that. But his love language was acts of service. So he saw that she had a need and that she needed a coat. She's cute and all, but it's cold outside. So he bought her a coat. So that was really, that was a really strong, act of love that he got her a coat.
You know what might be horrible? What if your partner's a horrible gift giver? I have a friend who gave his wife a laptop as a gift. What? I have a friend now. He gave his wife a laptop as a gift. So, what do you think about that? Gift giving, your partner. How do you know your partner is a horrible gift giver?
Well, I think it's not about. I mean, a laptop could be a good gift, but what was this, a romantic gift? Like, was it their anniversary? Was it her birthday?
I'm about to give him a call to see what he was thinking.
Because the thing about it is, a laptop might be a good gift for a man if that's the one he wanted, and he's your husband. Y'all been married however many years, and you just bought a laptop, and that was the one he wanted. And yeah, it's an excellent gift. But for a woman, she's wanting something that's not necessarily. It depends on the woman, though. Everybody's different. But for the most part, with women, men are the maintainers and the providers anyway. So I don't want you to get me a dishwasher or a laptop or a vacuum as a gift. I want you to get me a necklace or something that's, feminine and special to me, that you thought about me.
So pretty much women like to look pretty and feel pretty.
Yeah.
So you can't go wrong giving a woman a gift that makes her feel and look pretty.
It makes her feel like a woman, like you see her as your woman. Not like, if you get her a vacuum, you might see her as your maid. So that doesn't necessarily.
So giving your woman a pair of J's wouldn't be a good gift.
That's why I say it depends on the woman. Because if she's the type of woman that, I was a sneaker queen at one point in high school, and I would, that was a
I didn't know that.
So, well, see, there you go. Learning something new every day.
Every day.
Yeah, so I mean, it just depends on being a good gift giver. Is really about really knowing the person and knowing something that they would like, and you went out of your way, and that's why none of these love languages are above or below the other. It just depends on who you are, because someone whose love language is truly gifts, if you buy them flowers, if you picked a dandelion from outside, maybe not a dandelion, but a tulip or something from outside that was growing, but it's a woman whose love language is gifts and she likes flowers, that would make her day, even though you paid nothing for it. And it's not how much you paid for it, it's the fact that you thought about me while I wasn't there. And that makes me feel special.
All right, so we're gonna wind it down. We're gonna bring this airplane down a little bit, because we're just a 30-minute program with this. Hopefully this episode will be uploaded to our website, thehusbandandwife.com. Next week, maybe we can do we had a recommendation from her relatives, as I call them peoples in the South, of can men and women be friends? Can they be best friends? So we're gonna see.
That aren't your spouse.
That aren't your wife or husband. Can women and men be best friends that are not your wife or husband? So we're going to look at it and see. A lot of people, there's a lot of different variations of opinion. So we're going to discuss that Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Also, we have Big Super Bowl coming up tomorrow.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, we're going to talk about should your wife be invited to the Super Bowl party. Talk about that.
Let's talk about it now.
Oh, no, we're not.
Love and support.
We're not talking about that right
now. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We definitely appreciate it.
Definitely appreciate the support. Thank you for the love. We appreciate the support and love. As we wrap it up, any last announcements?
Well, I just hope and pray that the sister who asked about this, that she enjoys the episode. Yes. And of course, if she has any questions, she has my number, so feel free to ask more. And oh yeah, see, people are already commenting about next week's Tuesday show. So definitely
say that sexual tension that is healthy. I don't know, because what if your husband has a friend and there's some kinetic energy that you notice? We gotta talk about it on Tuesday. So we're gonna get right in it on Tuesday. Well, can men and women be friends if they are in relationships with someone else? So we're gonna talk about it, because I know it's interesting. I had a lot of women friends before I married my wife, so I talk about what happened. It caused some problems. So let's talk about it at Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, and we'll get into it. And we're still together, so we work through it. So we'll see whether or not I had to get rid of these friends or are they still texting me.
Anyway, so we definitely appreciate you all's time. We love you all. We thank you so much for giving us ideas, listening, being a part of it, because this show wouldn't even be as much fun if we didn't have you all in it and part of it. Because this is honestly, I feel like this is therapy for us. It's fun for us, but I always find out things I didn't even know.
Yeah, it is fun. Today I hooked up a printer, and my wife bought fish.
Yes, we have.
She bought some more fish for our fish tank.
Yeah.
So
they're pretty, but they're aggressive. They're fighting each other. It's crazy.
The fish keep fighting each other, so we gotta figure out how to stop these fish from fighting each other
and be in peace
and live in peace. And it's actually the lighter skinned fish that keep fighting.
The Johnny is the darkest one. He's the meanest.
Well, until Tuesday, we wanna thank you all, and so we will definitely get into it and bring some info and bring some facts, and definitely bring your questions and opinions, and we love to share them.
Please do.
And so God willing, remember, fly high
or get flown over.
Get flown over, or roll with us, or get rolled over.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
Yeah, I'm always coming up with them. So peace.